Now broadcasting from the Next Gen Conservative Studio in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report with Sam Whitfield.
Well, hey, it's an impromptu Monday stream, guys. Welcome to the show. As I understand it, Apex was incredibly sad that he got to miss the pro wrestling stream that Phil and I did. So, I figured I would, do a show with him and just.
Throw me a bone.
Usual bullshit of just
throw me a little crippled bone since you left me out of your pro wrestling chat this last Saturday with old Black Pill Phil, the alpha of alphas.
Who I keep forgetting that he's actually older than you, but he is. He's
Indeed,
actually the same age as Mr. Whiskey. So
yeah, they're both old as shit.
who by the way is not dead. Sandwich did not cannibalize Whiskey.
Yeah, he came out of the woodwork to mock me on Twitter. Yeah, we both saw that.
Yeah,
it's nice to see. It's nice to see.
Yeah, so see, you do have a few fans after all. They're just all mean to you.
Yeah, exactly. So, I wouldn't have it any other way, man.
So, well, shit, man. I keep meaning to watch the Norm Macdonald special, as I know you have, because I want to review it. But every time I think to, I get sad because, it's a reminder that Norm is gone, and I'm not Norm. Makes it seem like the man is still alive, and in a sense he is in our hearts, I guess. So,
sure.
I don't know.
Is that the name of the special? What's the name of the last one?
I think you're
talking about the YouTube channel. I'm Not Norm.
Yeah, I'm talking about the I'm talking about the YouTube channel. That would have actually been funny though if the name of the special was "I'm Not Norm."
I'm Not Norm.
I think that
would be good.
I think that would be funny. I don't know what the name of the new special is, but
I can't. It's something benign. It's very benign. But yeah, no, I am in the same boat. I have not had a chance to watch it, and every time I think to, I don't necessarily get sad, but I'm like, I don't really want to watch it because I've seen every other Norm special so many times.
Right.
Like I thought I'd seen them all, and I mean, it's a sounds a little grandiose, but it is kind of true that I just don't really want to. I don't want to watch the last Norm. I'm not in like the right place of mind. I don't want to. I don't want to go there yet.
I have seen like clips. I have like seen clips from the special that have been.
I actually haven't. Go ahead. Sorry, I actually haven't. No, that's surprising.
There's a hilarious one about him being friends with a person who has Down syndrome, and it's because he got in trouble on The View for calling them retarded.
Yeah.
Years ago. And
classic.
He's like, I don't mean it, in an insulting way. The thing about retarded people is they're really fucking happy.
Yeah.
And I wish I could be happy.
Yeah. I mean, Shane Gillis has kind of taken the same approach recently. He's like, he worked in the Special Olympics as like a coach or something, or like coached a Special Olympics football team or some shit. And he was like, dude, they are the happiest fucking people you will ever meet in your life. Like, it's not bad to laugh at them. They're laughing too. They're having the fucking time of their lives. Like, it's okay, you know? But yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah, so there have just been a few little clips that have just dropped that are really timeless. I also find it funny because in light of the Roe v. Wade thing, and it was I'm Not Norm, but someone dropped a few of his clips on abortion. He's like, I'm pro-choice, except when it comes to the murdering fucking babies part. That's the part I can't get behind. So,
Amen, Norm. A fucking man,
but
brother.
anyway, no. Rather than pro wrestling, I want to know. I almost feel like it's not real, even that Roe v. Wade has been overturned. Whether or not it's whether or not you're pro-choice or pro-life, to me it was like one of those things. Like when I heard it got overturned, it was like one of those things. Like, no way, did this actually just happen? Wow,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. And not only, whoa, what the little symbol in my name there? Not only that, but like, what was it, 2 or 3 days prior, Supreme Court passed some sort of, legislation declaring California and New York, primarily the two that I remember anyway, their gun laws being unconstitutional or something like that.
Yeah,
So they're like, okay, all y'all niggas can carry guns again, and also, that's fucking awesome, dude. Fucking dab on him, dude. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah. And supposedly that is all. Clarence Thomas.
Yeah,
Uh,
allegedly, right?
yeah,
That
the homeboy has been sitting on the court for 30 years, not saying a goddamn word, and
mm-hmm.
now he's decided to fuck with Joe because Joe decided to fuck with him back then.
He's getting his
And
anime stance on now, dude.
oh, the anime based memes of him on Twitter are priceless.
There are so many really good ones, yeah. And I mean, look, of course, it is a fucking slippery slope that we're on. It's funny, it's hilarious, and I do enjoy it. But, uh, as far as law and legislation shit is concerned, it's I mean, I don't know. Like, it just seems the timing of it and stuff. This shit is obviously Roe v. Wade was uh, needed to be overturned, and it should never have been passed in the first place. Just like
Yeah,
affirmative action and so many other fucking things. So the fact that we're coming back to reality shouldn't really be like a revelation. But at the same time, it just because one thing is accomplished, one step back to normality doesn't mean it's there's probably not a bunch of other shit going on because you know how government works, right?
yeah. Well, I mean, essentially what I said on Saturday is, at its core, like, personally, I am pro-life, but, when it comes to, I guess, my views on the government, I believe, like a lot of things, it should be left up to the states and,
Individuals, yeah.
individuals. And
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, the federal government has too much, fucking power, as it is, and so, why anyone thought that this would be a good move, 40 years ago or now, that's, I guess, always been my issue with it. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
but
Democrats didn't wait a single fucking second to be like, donate now so we
yeah,
can do something about Roe v. Wade.
well,
Uh,
and
Oh, did you see Pelosi pushing that little fucking Mexican girl on stage in that photo up?
No, I mean,
Uh, it's
I
pretty subtle. It's pretty subtle, but it's still a thing. I mean, she still clearly like elbowed this fucking little girl.
well,
Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
well, the last time I checked up on old Nancy, she was like trying to avoid she was like trying to acknowledge she was like trying to avoid acknowledging the existence of her fuck up husband. Um,
Oh yeah, here we go. All right, I'm gonna do share. Yes, I understand. That one. Nope, not that one. There we
by
go.
the way, hello Top Feed and hello Starshine and
Hi
chat.
guys. So look at here you go. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, they make a they make a big deal out of it. I mean, she clearly like get out of the way, kid. But let's break it down super slow mo. Look, did you guys see that? That fucking wicked old witch elbowed this little Mexican girl, and then the little girl was like, didn't even notice, and then went right back to where she was standing as though she just got bumped. Holy shit! Stop the fucking
Ha,
presses, everybody.
ha, Apex is someone who has relations with Mexicans. Let's put it that way. How does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, the fact that she didn't like kick that bitch in the shin tells me that she didn't actually hit her that hard. Because if she did, if like
Yeah,
she actually elbowed her, that little girl would have reacted for sure. That little Mexican girl would have been like, "What the fuck, SA?" No, I'm just kidding. She'd
uh,
at least threw a fucking knee kick in there or something, or shoved
yeah,
back, elbowed back. Most kids would. They don't have to be Mexican. They don't have to be any race unless
right.
they're beaten into submission, which a lot of kids are. But yeah, I mean, it seems rather benign, but it's still kind of telling of the old witch's mindset, where she's like, "Oh, I need the perfect arm posture here. Scoot over 2 inches, you little shit," you know,
I
kind of thing.
I think it's I think it's hilarious that uh at least on Twitter, Nancy has been going pretty hard in the fact that like she's been bringing up the fact that she's Catholic a lot, and I find that funny only because it's like, well, I'm not Catholic, but I have friends who are devout Catholic, and they're like staunchly anti-abortion, right? Or
Sure.
Catholics are supposed to be. So I've just had like, I've had fun just like, being like, but Nancy, I thought you were Catholic. You should be celebrating.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, let's be fair. It's some interns running that fucking account, whatever it is
Oh yeah.
you're commenting on. But yeah, I mean, the point still stands, I suppose.
So, yeah. Starshine says, yeah, Nancy hated kids. Well, yeah, no shit. Not as bad, not as much as Hillary though. I mean,
Dude, did you see excuse me, the I think it was an Atlantic and the Atlantic article, I believe, that said it's like, are Californians prepared to have more black people openly carrying firearms in California or something like that? And I mean, I'm I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty close to what the actual headline was, and it's pretty incredible. Like, again, it's been happening for years, where like the whole virtue signal of these crazy leftist motherfuckers, especially the white ones, are it's
yeah,
just it just becomes more and more telling how like their, the virtue I'm sorry, the projection is, it's like, it's the most personification are the most apt
Yeah,
personification of projection, and persistently among these people. You
it
can see it time and time again.
it wasn't the Atlantic, but I mean, it might have been the Atlantic that you saw. But I saw like a similar article. It wasn't the exact headline, but it was something similar in like time on like Time magazine.com or whatever, and it was like a similar headline of like, "Are you prepared for more armed black people in
Yeah,
Los Angeles?"
yeah, yeah.
And and
That's incredible, dude.
and someone I follow like quote tweeted it, and they're black, and they said, clearly this person has not been to South Central LA.
Or,
Which,
to be fair, any real rural part of the country, because guess who populates that? All they permeate all areas of the country, especially in the deep country. It's black people, and guess who are likely to be the most armed? It's the black people. And guess who doesn't
yeah,
care? The white people, who often shoot guns and reload ammo with them, are the other white people in the area.
right.
So yeah, it's not unusual at
It's
all. I
yeah,
welcome it.
it's
I welcome the legal open carry of firearms by everybody, because the elite look. As much as I fucking hate the state and shit, uh, damn, I'm about to contradict the fuck out of myself here, but if everyone were legally carrying, then everyone would be on record, and then of course you could be abused by the state. The more information they
yeah,
have, the more damage they can do to you, obviously. But in a perfect world, let's say,
yeah.
in a socialist utopia,
Well,
such as
no,
Star Trek,
in a
such as
in
Star
a
Trek, let's say.
in a let's put it this way. In a gamma utopia, let's
Yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah. Let's call it that.
Um,
In a gamma utopia, everyone's a
it,
law-abiding citizen, and you can kill people at will, but they just know who did it, so they can put
well,
it on their headstone.
well, yeah. Well, also in a gamma utopia, instead of a power wheelchair, I would just roll around in a big fucking tank everywhere,
Stop pretending that's not what you're
everywhere.
rolling. That's not what you're rolling around in already, dude. The viewers already know.
Oh shit. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a big reason why there's a big hole in the side of my house. So,
Yeah,
um,
you'd be rolling around in a tracked tank with like I don't know, some sort of sexual deviance on the outside. I don't know, like a dildo turret or something. I don't know. I'm kind of drawing a blank here.
uh,
Oh shit! You know what else happened this week? Which is non-consequential to pretty much anybody listening, but it is to me. Damn it! The best laugh track in the game of podcasting has officially quit. De Chumtown.
oh yeah.
Yeah, Stavi.
So
Stavi.
yeah.
Stavi quit Cumtown. But good for him, because he put out his first special ever. He got a few. I think he's probably got a few million views by now. And he grew his hair out. He's feeling Hollywood, man. So good for him. I hope nothing but success and all of the healthiest children for him to eat or whatever in his future.
and
You Greek, greasy
and
Greek piece of shit.
Mersh is seething right now because he's like he's like, wait, no, fuck that. I was supposed to be the Hollywood fat guy comedian.
Yeah, yeah.
Comedian. You mean you mean to tell me that other fat piece of shit who was actually funny made it to Hollywood first before I did?
Oh damn,
Fuck
they
him.
banned. Dude, didn't they ban Juul this week too? The fucking vaporizer.
Oof. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
fuck.
they did.
It's yeah, which actually which like I actually think that that's pretty fucking stupid. And this is coming from someone who thinks that like jewels and people who smoke jewels are fucking retarded. But with that being said, I think it's I mean, I don't know.
That's what I was
Now
saying
there's
earlier, man. We're on like a slippery slope where like shit's flying wild. You know,
yeah.
legislation in particular. Come podcast co-hosts are just flying off the fucking rails and shit. Uh, yeah, no, I don't
Well,
know. I
and
just think we're. I mean, as I've said for going on fucking 3 years, I don't even know how long at this point, but before I was drunk all the time, I said pretty confidently that I do think essentially that good will win. We may go through, and we will almost certainly go through some even more troubling times, but the end result will be, you know, the essence of the American spirit, let's call it, whatever that
yeah.
may be, will shine through.
So, but by the way, Ash. By the way, Ash. You found the stream, buddy. You don't need to actually text me, dude. I am here, dude. So yeah, you found me. So
How hard would that be? I mean, it's your last name. It's the your last name report.
I know, right? So Ash is I mean, f- I,
The
I
Pokemon
actually
Hunter?
thought that,
The
no,
the
that's actually his real fucking name.
oh,
Ash the math tutor. Uh, who sounds I
Ash the
thought he
Gash
was
Masher.
I
Sorry.
thought he was I actually thought he was Hoax Wars for a while because they sound uh almost exactly alike. Who
Ah,
knows? So,
bum bum
but
bum. Ash the Gash Masher. Or
yeah.
yeah, I guess so. Sure.
Also, speaking of
Sorry.
speaking of stuff that is inconsequential to us, but still, I don't know if interesting is the right word, but I guess like Keemstar tweeted out like a day ago that I guess there's that like famous OnlyFans dot that like killed herself or something
Oh yeah,
like
dude. I
that.
actually I retweeted something about that earlier
Yeah, which
today.
I saw.
You saw that, dude? That shit was brutal, actually.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Let me see if I can find it.
yeah, it's and what's weird is I actually know someone who allegedly met her IRL.
Oh no.
So yeah, so yeah, it was just like one of those weird it was just like one of those weird things and like I don't know like the meme that you tweet the thing that you tweeted of like I guess her ex like you know blasting on Reddit the guy's not wrong but still fucking brutal.
Yeah,
um
I'm about to dictate it for the audience here.
yeah.
So it's on Reddit on the r/roast me. It says fuck it, and our ex is allowed to post. Well, here it goes. You wish you were a real actress so people couldn't see right through you. You look like your major in college was gold digging. You might be able to marry rich if you knew what to do with a dick when you see one. You're so desperate for attention, you've gone from self-posting on r/pretty girls and r/goddesses to r/roast me. Your little shit of a purse dog is the only true loyalty you'll ever find, and even that is contingent on you continuing to feed it. Your tattoos of guns posting at your or pointing at your vagina are probably there because the dumbass guys you've had to settle for need instructions in finding it under that Demi Moore inspired bush of yours. You flossed your eyebrows more than a dentist flosses his teeth. Your nipples look like they had a fight with each other and are hiding on opposite sides of your boobs. You obviously can't take criticism. You will die alone. And then, of course, she did kill herself, which is fucking brutal. But
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah, it's
that
just
yeah, and that's
cautionary tale.
yeah. And I know almost nothing about her, which I know that that's going to surprise Genius Anus because wow,
You
Sam
know,
usually knows all the internet hoes, but
yeah,
you
you know
know,
all the thoughts.
I there's I do have a certain level of, classiness that I like to try
Yeah,
and strive for.
that's what they all say,
Uh,
buddy.
so
That's what they all say.
I mean, I do hang out with you every week, there,
That's true. That is
so
true.
yeah, you're right. My standards can't be that high. So,
Fair
but
enough, bitch. Fair enough, bitch. All right, what else is going
but
on? What
yeah,
else?
but no, I just read that and I thought it was a we I just thought it was weird because, like on the one hand, like the guy has a point, I guess, to a certain extent, but it's like
Well, yeah. I mean,
damn.
he's clearly vengeful and spiteful, and I mean,
Yeah.
just because the weapons you have are finely tuned to hurt a particular person doesn't mean you should use them all the time, you know.
Right.
And in this case, there's no real correlation between those two things. I don't know the dates on those. I don't, you know. I mean, there's.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that she, offed herself as a result of that post, and it's unlikely that she did. But I doubt that it helped, kind of thing. But bullying on the internet is just what it. It's kind of what people are inclined to do for some reason. It's like human nature, it seems.
Oh yeah. Which, you and I know all about that.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, well I didn't really have anything else much to talk about other than I thought the one thing I did kind of want to mention with the whole Roe v. Wade thing though is not necessarily with the thing itself, but just the reactions of like, and this is me being cynical, but I almost feel like this is another one of those things where like the powers that be on both sides like kind of let this happen to distract from the other
Yeah,
shit that they're doing in the background as
exact.
they
Well, no,
always
for
do.
sure, 100%, 100%, and that's why I mentioned the whole gun legislation earlier too. They did that shit back to back, like they knew the latter wasn't going to cause an uprising. Well, now motherfuckers can legally own guns in
Yeah.
places that they weren't quote unquote legally allowed to. At least as far as I understand, I'm not, I'm not very smart, nor do I
I
pay much
mean,
attention.
yeah, the way it was explained to me, like you could own guns in New York, but like it was like a fucking, like
Basically impossible, from what I understood from
yeah,
several residents I've spoke to of the state. I mean, virtually
yeah,
impossible. Even in the rural parts of the state, where there's like wild animals and shit, you've got animals, your own animals to protect, and you know, yeah. But so yeah, I don't. I mean, at this point, I'm so fucking jaded. I feel like every major thing like this that gets any sort of attention is a distraction. It's the ones that fly under the radar that don't get the attention that's the real news most of the time,
right.
you know.
Um, yeah, no, I fully agree with that. And I don't know. I think was Medicare. I think was actually Medicare Fembot. I saw her tweeting something out like she was like, "Hey, while this whole Roe v. Wade thing happened, Bill Gates just bought like 40,000 more acres of farmland, and no
He's
one's
been doing that for
talking."
like a year though, and nobody's been talking
Well,
about it, you know.
well, yeah, but I mean, I I mean, I didn't look too closely at her tweet, but I mean, but like to her point, that's something that's been going on, and no one's talking about it
Well,
because
yeah.
we're all,
Let me just broaden that though, because like I mean, she's right, but it's bigger than that because it has nothing. I don't think him buying that land has anything to do with Roe v. Wade. Maybe, but again,
no,
he's literally been doing that. Him and BlackRock and all these huge fucking corporations are buying up private land in this country and across the planet. I think, but certainly in this country in pretty large
yeah,
scales. And nobody's talked about it at all. So the fact that Roe v. Wade passed and he bought some more land doesn't. I don't think those two really line up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Doesn't
the
seem like a conspiracy to me,
the
particularly.
other thing I'm kind of cynical of too is I know, like, I don't know how they're going to do it, but I feel like they're going to do something to fuck with it, and it's going to get reinstated. And Roe v. Wade is going to, like, reinstate it or something because they're going
I don't.
to, some mob, or or some, like, terrorist event is going to happen, and politicians being, the spineless they are, they're going to buckle under pressure and say, this caused violence or something. I don't know.
I don't know,
Maybe
man. I actually go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm kind of jaded at this point, too, and I'm just kind of like they'll do anything just to fuck with people at this point. So
Well, I mean, I genuinely get the feeling that as we've seen because there's the whole pendulum metaphor for this two-party
yeah,
system for a long time, where like it swings one and back the other, and the harder it swings one direction, the harder it swings back the other, in so many ways. And I feel like that's what we're gonna see. All the memes and shit about gay marriage being repealed and so many other super liberal fucking federal laws that have been passed in the last 40, 50 years. Affirmative action, too, maybe up there. Like, they may literally all be on the chopping block because we have a majority conservative fucking SCOTUS. So,
yeah. I really fucking hope that affirmative action is on the chopping
well,
block.
right. But Sam, if you think about it, I mean, we're talking at least 3 generations
Yeah,
of people that have been raised under these laws, to including myself and you as well, that have
yeah,
been taught that this was moral, this was what was right, this is blah blah whatever. However that was taught specifically. Certainly in public school, you were taught racial equality to some degree, maybe not forced down your throat like it is now, but for sure you were taught everyone's equal. Boys, girls, everyone, you shouldn't be judged on your skin color and that sort of thing. It's been uh, a long,
right.
it's been I mean, for my entire life. All of those are true, but, um, now that I'm to this point in what I'm saying, my point actually doesn't, the point that I thought I was making doesn't line up. Because
Well,
what I was,
no, I mean, I think what's weird is you and I did grow up like in an era where we were kind of, taught unironically, that the content of your character, matters more than the color of your skin, right?
which
And
is true.
which is all true, and that, and that racism is, bad and whatnot. But now we've lived in like this weird paradigm, at least for like at least for the past like 10 to 15 years, that I've at least noticed, where it's like you're racist if you don't, if you don't constantly acknowledge, like everything is back ass words almost now. Now
No,
it seems like,
quite literally, man. It's
yeah,
the opposite of the way I grew up my entire life, and that's the thing is, it's so polluted by social media and the mainstream media, particularly because when you talk to people outside of these protests, just normal fucking people, whether they're gay or a lesbian or straight or whatever. Most people, they're not interested in the fucking politics. It's such a
Yeah.
small minority of people that are contributing to this shit. And that's the thing that's kind of, you know, that people should be paying attention to. The fact that streets are lined with fucking rainbow flags for a month, you know, dedicated to literal degeneracy. I mean, there's no such when
Oh
in
yeah,
the
that
when in the history has like straight pride been a month or like fertility month? Have they ever had, national parades for women getting pregnant or their periods, or you know what I mean? Like the natural cycle
well,
of things? No, of course not, because they don't need to. The celebration is in the
well,
birth of the fucking life that they give.
well, yeah. I mean, there used to be, and there still is a holiday called Mother's Day, but now that's kind of been run into the fucking ground
Dude, that was a fucking
by
that's
these
a
people.
Hallmark holiday. All of them. They're all fucking they're created by
Right.
it's the Hallmark holidays. They just keep creating them.
Well,
Mother's Day, Father's
well,
Day,
speaking of,
sweetest day. Like, dude, you treat the people you care about, including your mother and father, good as best as you feel necessary all the time.
right.
Corporations designating a day for you to do so is bullshit, and it's a part of the fucking problem. We all fall into it. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
everybody else does it. Fucking idiots, man. We're all so stupid.
Well, well, and it's interesting they bring up Gay Pride Month because I did bring this up to Phil the other night, but so I actually have so my barber, I think I might have mentioned this to you. It is an openly gay man, but he's also based as fuck, and like he's yeah, he's basically like the gay guy. He's basically like a gay Trump supporter, and I asked him, I'm like, I'm like, so Jimmy, what do you think of gay pride? What is gay pride? Do you have any opinions on it? And he's like, well, at this point, I'm. He's like, I'm fucking sick of it. He said, and no one I know who's actually gay, even that's liberal, none of them really participate in it anymore because it's just been so overblown. He said
Yeah,
maybe
no.
maybe the really young people that are that are gay. He said for the most part, it's just a lot of the straight white liberal people who want a virtue signal to us that are
No, it's definitely the younger generation that feels
yeah
some sort of longing in their souls that used to be fulfilled by armed combat to the death. Not even 1,000 years
right
ago, but certainly beyond that. This primal instinct for conflict, we all fucking need it. We literally need it. And if we don't get it in the world, we will create it. So let's chop our
yeah
dick off and pretend we're the opposite thing we were born to be. And then let's go and be militant in the fucking streets to convince everybody else that I'm right and their, biology is wrong or
well
whatever.
and one he well and like it was interesting to hear from his perspective too because he's like he said it's almost like being gay enough is not good enough anymore.
Well,
He said I understand being gay certainly, but he said I do not understand this fucking trans shit at
what's
all.
fuck that old female Jewish stand-up comedian Fran Lebowitz? Was it Fran Lebowitz? Fuck, it's Fran something.
Yeah, probably her. I was gonna say Roseanne Barr because when you mentioned old Jewish, comedians,
Oh
that's just
fuck,
who I
that's not.
immediately think of. So, but
Oh fuck, that's not who I was thinking of.
but
Maybe
no,
it is.
I
Maybe
think
it is. No, but they had a joke that was something like the reason everything's so fucking gay now is because all the cool gay people died of fucking AIDS a long time ago. Like the real,
Yeah.
the cool motherfuckers, the hardcore, the what would be called edgy gay people. They all fucking died and didn't didn't have any kids because they didn't you know
Yeah.
they were too busy fucking each other. They partied hard and they're gone. So now we're left with their weak offspring that have no fathers and no real mothers, who are all more worried about getting fucked up, getting tattoos, and getting famous on TikTok and shit.
Yeah. Well, and now like I'm so cynical that like a lot I'm not even sure that a lot of these people who claim to be gay are actually gay. I think it's turned into a major fucking fad if you want to know my um opinion.
Well,
And
the trick, I'll tell you the trick, Sammy, is you. There's no such thing as gay. They're all pretending. That's how you treat it. They're just lying, and then you can treat them all the same. You know, universal answer.
yeah,
Light the fires.
and this well, let's face it, the stream doesn't get enough views to get banned. But
That's
but
true.
then again, who fucking knows? But
You've got some pretty powerful haters, man. I hear there's some samurai that really, really like you.
who who?
I don't know.
What?
That's just yeah, it's just ramblings I hear.
I don't know. Anyway, though, what else has been going on in Gamma World? We we did appear here last week on that show, the Hoax Wars that you like so much. That was fun. And Apex just lost power, I guess. So yeah, so that's fun. Apex just lost power. So he ghosted, and or he may have committed suicide too. I don't know, but yeah, we've been going for about 45 minutes, and I don't know at this point. I think we just covered everything that we were going to cover. So anyway, yeah. Ash in chat says, "Fuck him. He was a bigot anyway." Yeah, it was probably the SJWs that wanted, they cut the power, and now you know the gay mafia cut his power, folks. So yeah. But anyway, I think that will do it for the show. So I don't know actually if I will be back on Saturday or not, because my best friend IRL is coming into town and is spending this week through the 4th of July with me. So that'll be fun. We may do a stream or something on Saturday, but we might, go wreck the town or something. So I don't know if I'll be here or not. No guarantees. I might just say, fuck, I'm taking the weekend off. So I wanted to do this for you though. So anyway, I think that'll wrap things up. Um, thanks everyone for tuning in. Friends, allies, trolls, haters alike, love you all. Um, and Ash, I'm going to call you. We're going to have a chat, yeah, young man. So anyway, I will talk down the road. God bless. God, freedom, legacy in that order. And I will see you whenever I see you next. Bye.
Thanks for listening to The Whitfield Report on the NGC Network. Please visit Sam's website at www.thesamwhitfield.com and support Sam on Patreon at patreon.com/Whitfield Report. Until next time, God bless, God save this great nation, and God, freedom, legacy, in that order.